Ladies and gentlemen, now today, thanks to the hard work of legendary data miner Regents, we got a little bit of a sneak peek as to tons of new stuff that's been added into the game files. So it can give you a little bit of a heads up as to what's going to be coming like in the next 6 to 9 months. And Regents was one of the first data miners to find out about the Stranger Things collaboration and also ReZero as well. So initially, again with Stranger Things collab, everybody thought like it was a massive hoax, massive troll, but this man has proved time and time again that he's like a very reliable source of pre-information. So hopefully all of this stuff is going to give us a little bit of an idea of what to expect in the next 6 months of the game. And there is a lot of stuff coming, man. So the first thing we have are kind of a series of new units. So we've got Holy War Estarossa. So this is going to be Estarossa, and just as a bit of a heads up, there are going to be spoilers toward the end of 7 Deadly Sins Season 3, and also like the start of Season 4 as well. So yeah, just a little bit of a heads up there. I won't try to spoil too much, but the end of Season 3, he does get infused with a second commandment, and goes a little bit crazy, dude. So this Estarossa, I think, could be an absolutely crazy character. But also after that, kind of moving into Season 4, there are so many different Estarossa characters that they can make. There's like a lot of different phases of transformation, and yeah, if you know, you know. But Estarossa, man, this character is going to get milked so much in the next 12 months. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how kind of the first Holy War Estarossa is going to be. Again, hopefully a very good support unit for Assault Mode Meliodas. But on top of that, there are 2 new demons in the game files. So a playable Grey Road and also a Demon Race Gowther as well. So something to keep in mind, man, and this is something I've been talking about and saying, is like on my free-to-play, I'm not summoning on Zeldris because I feel like either like the next Demon Festival or the festival after that is going to be the one that allows Meliodas to just like pop off and absolutely dominate the game. So with these like 3 big demons coming out, again, Grey Road, I feel like at this point might just be like a little bit of a meme, but like a demon race like Wheelchair Gowther might be absolutely crazy. So I'm kind of like waiting for the right time to start building my AM Melee team on the free-to-play account there. So just something to keep in mind as well. But also, according to other data mines, there is like a new version of Glocks and Droll coming, because we're kind of at that point in the story in Season 3 where you have like Chandler versus both Droll and Glocks, and yeah, that didn't go so well for the boys, did it? And then we've got some unknown race characters. So all of these characters are actually vampires in the 7 Deadly Sins manga, and if you've watched Season 4, you understand like a little bit about what is it, Zeldris and Gelder and kind of the relationship with the vampires there. But yeah, there's quite a few vampire characters actually in the game files. So I'm not really too sure if they're planning on adding vampires into the game, if they're going to have their new race and be the first new tag that I think we've seen since the start of the game there, or if they're just going to fall into the unknown category. Personally, I think it would be good to have another race of character in 7 Deadly Sins. Again, works really well with like certain synergies, but again, there are benefits now with like the ReZero characters to being unknown as well. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the vampire characters, but apparently at this point only 2 of these characters are actually playable. However, again, if they're adding in the models, again, like Netmarble and game development businesses, especially in Gacha, they love money. And if there's any opportunity to like throw up a banner for like any random character, man, they're gonna take it, especially if they've already made the model as well. So yeah, Skinny Escanor, man, that'd be a great banner to see at some point, or just like a fun free SR or R character there. So yeah, hopefully we do see him in the future for something as well. For the Phase 2 original characters, we've got Red Awakened Lilia, who for kind of the power level she's at, is a bit of a disappointing unit overall, and again, doesn't really serve too much function in the game nowadays. However, Mark II Valenti is really, really good. But a Disaster Shin Man would be absolutely insane. I think like a Disaster Camilla as well, they could do something like amazing with the transformation and kind of make it a little bit more natural and outside of actually relying on the ultimate to transform. I think the one Escanor with his Shifting Turns actually has one of the best transformation mechanics out there in terms of the way that he builds up. So yeah, like a Disaster Camilla, I think would probably be my number one. But I like Camilla, man. She's a really cool character. So yeah, I'd like to see like a super overpowered version of her. There's also going to be Story Chapter 18. So again, spoilers here, but this is going to be leading up to the downfall of Arthur. And again, this is probably going to be with the release of Festival Arthur, which is going to be the next festival banner come in. Then on top of that, we got new additional stories from the manga, and in-game a new stat appeared with the name Vampire. I still don't know what it means or what they will implement, so yeah, maybe this is like an additional stat that vampires have, or maybe it's just a tag for the vampire race accidentally being put somewhere else in the beta. So yeah, I'm a little bit curious to see what happens there, but again, the vampire characters aren't really that well known, and in all honesty, man, like, I just don't know too much about them. I haven't read the manga, so I only know what I know from watching season 4 so far. So yeah, we've got quite a few like additional characters like Donnie and Israf that I really just have no idea about. But again, if you know anything cool about the vampires, man, like, let me know in the comments section below. I'm curious to like find out a little bit more about them, but also some additional information that we got about 5-6 days ago, which was all data mined as well. And again, this is stuff likely to be coming probably in the next like 2 to 3 months here. We're going to have Festival Arthur. There is going to be a new version of Hauser as well. I think like the last time Hauser was relevant was really like the first like 2-3 months of Global, but he got replaced so incredibly quickly there. So yeah, I kind of like have still a bit of a soft spot for Hauser, so I would like to see like a really jacked up version there. Then on top of that as well, we have Rue, who's this guy from the story who just goes ham, and eventually I think gets reincarnated as Oslo, I think is how I understood that bit of the story. So yeah, Rue is, he's a little bit of a dick, man, you know, let's not beat around the bush. But yeah, I'm curious to see how he turns out, and also 2 other unknown human units as well, probably filler characters for the most part. And then we've got Giant. There's going to be a Droll, probably maybe a festival Droll, like for the next AMLE banner there, kind of like relating to the final point for Droll in the story. Same with Glocks there as well. Also 1 other unknown Giant unit, so I'm curious to see who that is, and also 2 other unknown fairy units in the game files as well. And then for the Goddess race, we've got Salard and also 3 other unknown units. So I think what they're doing here, when I saw Salard, I actually thought initially it was the like human version of Sariel, but it's this this fella out of the 7 Deadly Sins movie. Very forgettable character, but yeah, they're going back to doing some more like movie 1 content, which you know, the movie isn't really the highlight of the anime, but as long as the characters are cool and interesting, I don't know, might be alright there. Then for demons as well, we got Cusack and also Melascula, so this is probably going to be a transformation one, or at least transforms for the ultimate into Big Snake Melascula. But yeah, hopefully she's going to be really cool as well. And also 3 unknown units. So I imagine like a couple of demons they have yet to release as well are Endura, Derriere, and Monspeed, so they could be coming at some point as well. Maybe like a Season 3 Galland. I don't think there's like anything too iconic from Galland there. Actually, they did have like Season 2 Galland animations on the Galland final boss. So yeah, there might be like a Melascula or Galland festival at some point there. And then we also have Kath and Gelder, and also the vampire units that were dug up as well. So yeah, one thing I'm really interested to see and find out more stuff about is actually the festival version of Arthur. I'm very curious how they're going to design this character, because again, Arthur would be a very interesting character to kind of make like the centerpiece of a humans team, and humans are pretty powerful at the moment, but they're kind of lacking that what is it, like big buffing character or big support character or character that just like unifies them and makes them like broken top tier. So yeah, Festival Arthur could be that. And if there are more demons in coming to like jack up Assault Mode Meliodas, again, there could be like ways to build your team and roster depending on whether or not you want to go for demons or you want to go for humans. So again, this is like pure speculation. I don't know how they're going to design Arthur, but if Arthur is this crazy unit that's like insane for humans, then 11, like the One Escanor, like Halloween Roxy, man, these could all be some very powerful characters there. But yeah, I'm very Excited for the future of Arthur. I think like his main role in every way that he's been designed so far, if we look at like the red version of Arthur, you know, he's a support character there mainly for his buffs, and also his passive as well for the humans. Like the green version, like he hits hard, but he's also a support character for PvE with the passive, but again, he's like a really good damage dealer. And I guess the blue version, I guess you do have a bit of support because you also attack disable the opponent, and you can stun on the single target gold card as well. So yeah, Arthur is a very interesting character, potentially in terms of what his design and what they could do with him. So yeah, excited for that. And again, there is like a skin stat vampire that has been added, so I'm not too sure if the vampires do come in, if they've got like their own unique stat, and if it performs like a certain function. But yeah, really not too sure on that one. But yeah, overall, like some really interesting stuff. Again, I'm very excited for Grey Road finally coming to the game. I can't wait to see like all of the Season 3 versions of the demons and commandments there. So yeah, I think we're in for a pretty good time. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and which of all of these characters are you most excited for? For me, it's either got to be like Wheelchair Gowther or like the festival version of Estarossa. Again, I think there's a lot of potential between all sorts of different characters. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy today's early data mine breakdown, please do smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. But aside from that, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.
You are not subscribed to the whale sin of spending? Who decided that? Subscribe now, or enjoy the bitter taste of regret.